Hey, this is part two to the Ozark Music Festival 1974. Uh, yeah, like I said on the last tape, went down with three friends. We had an old Ford, I think a 66 Galaxy my buddy had, and it broke down 2 days before the show. So we spent 2 days on the side of the road in that heat before the show ever started. Um, we went we tried to get off the road and trying to find water. We went down to a subdivision which the people quickly ran us out of. We were just trying to look for anything to get wet. We might have used somebody's hose or something, I can't remember. And then we were saved by the tow truck driver that had stopped to take the radiator out because the radiator had blown in the car we were in before we ever got to Sedalia. This is all happening. And so the tow truck driver took the radiator in, but the one evening, either the first, maybe the second night, he showed up. Turned out he was a long hair that had all of his hair up under his baseball hat and took us all over to his house, to his own home, shared beer with us. He had some cold beers. It was the first time in my life that a beer tasted so good. Ice cold beer. We were just parched, so we sat around, drank beer, and smoked with him and his wife. And then he took us to a river the next day. We thought it'd be cold because we were all Michiganders, and it's like lakes are cold in Michigan. He took us to this lake, and the lake was piss warm. So we were pretty disappointed because we were looking to get cooled off, and we couldn't even get cooled off in the damn lake down there in Missouri. So anyhow, like I said before, we got to Sedalia and it was pretty rough. No water. The water, we just had to open up. There was the mud everywhere, so people were just doing anything to cool off. Again, a lot of people cut off their pants just trying to chill. Um, and, you know, for me, like I said before, not a lot of fond memories. But it does sound like a lot of people did have fun. Maybe it was their first show, first adventure away from home. We went to a lot of shows in Michigan, and it was a lot more fun. But that was local too, where it didn't take days to get there. And plus the heat. The heat was really stifling at that show, and they weren't prepared for the people at all. The amount of people, the food wasn't set up, the water wasn't set up. Uh, and the town really wasn't prepared. We could tell the people were going to just be really upset once we left because it seemed like people just invaded that city and took it over, which by reading the accounts of it, that's pretty much what happened. Anyhow, it's kind of nice to talk about it and hear some comments and see some photos.